2025 Mexican GP review, the Lando leap and the Piastri plunge. Hello F1 fanatics, welcome back to Undercut Unfiltered. The three-way title fight arrived at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez with the pressure at a boiling point. Mexico City was supposed to be Max Verstappen's fortress, but this weekend delivered a complete championship shakeup. Going into the weekend, Oscar Piastri led with 346 points, followed by Lando Norris on 332, and Max Verstappen, the T-Rex, was looming on 306 points. The momentum was entirely Red Bull's, but the altitude had other plans. The stakes were simple. One of the McLaren drivers needed a massive result to reassert dominance. So, before we dive in, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. Segment 1. Qualifying. Lando's perfect response. Friday's track action showed that Red Bull did not have the expected edge. Instead, McLaren had managed the thin air perfectly. By Saturday, qualifying was a masterclass from Lando Norris, who defied the forecast to take a brilliant pole position. This was the perfect response to the chaos in Austin. Norris was joined on the front row by Charles Leclerc, showcasing Ferrari's impressive single lap pace, while Lewis Hamilton backed him up in P3. Max Verstappen struggled severely with car balance and qualified a frustrated P5, but the real headline was the title leader Oscar Piastri. His struggles from Austin continued, and he failed to nail his Q3 lap, qualifying a disappointing P7. This was yet another failure to capitalize on team pace, placing him behind both his key rivals and deep in the midfield pressure cooker. The mental toll of the title fight was palpable. The message was simple. Lando Norris had the perfect response. The T-Rex was frustrated and Oscar Piastri was cracking under immense pressure. Segment 2. The start and the penalty nightmare. The 265-meter run to turn 1 is a non-flash point, and the start was chaotic. Norris held the lead beautifully. The drama immediately centered on the title rivals behind him. On lap 1, the field went 4 wide into turn 1. Both Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen cut across the grass to avoid contact and maintain position, with Leclerc having to immediately concede the lead back to Norris. The tension exploded on lap 6 when Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen fought for P3. The consequence of off-track maneuvers that followed Verstappen's move for P3 tells the whole story. Turn 1. Verstappen sent it down the inside of Hamilton, resulting in a light contact that forced the Ferrari wide. Verstappen's momentum carried him off track, forcing him to cut across the grass to rejoin ahead of Hamilton. Turn 4. Hamilton, attempting to retake the position, locked up and forced to cut across the runoff area to rejoin ahead of Verstappen. The consequence was instant. The stewards hit Hamilton with a crushing 10-second time penalty for leaving the track and gaining a lasting advantage. This sanctioned move derailed Hamilton's race entirely. The controversy: the FIA cleared Verstappen of any penalty for his repeated corner cutting, ruling he hadn't gained a lasting advantage. Let's be honest, that's bullocks. Verstappen's aggressive driving, which included contact and taking to the grass to retain track time and position, created the exact situation that forced Hamilton's costly error. Verstappen's multi-corner action, reminiscent of the very incident that earned him a 20-second double penalty in Mexico City last year, went unpunished, allowing him to maintain the psychological pressure that directly caused his rival's downfall. Segment 3. The race. Norris breaks away and Bearman's hold. With Hamilton's race compromised, the Grand Prix became the Lando Norris show. Norris disappeared into the distance, his lead stretching to over 30 seconds by the end. This was a display of utter control. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc settled into P2, performing a brilliant defensive drive while Verstappen battled hard behind him. The race also delivered an astonishing midfield performance. Ollie Bearman of Haas drove the race of his life, managing his tires perfectly to hold on to a stunning P4. Piastri was fighting to recover points after his poor start. He eventually secured P5 with a late race pass on Russell, but the damage was done. The Mexican air seemed to sap the competitive edge right out of the Australian's car. The race ended in chaos after a late Carlos Sainz DNF brought out a virtual safety car. This VSC ultimately froze the battle for P2, allowing Leclerc to just hold off a charging Max Verstappen to take P2. Segment 4. Bearman's Breakthrough. While the title fight grabbed the headlines, Ollie Bearman's P4 finish was a historic day for Haas F1 team. This was Bearman's career best result and equaled Haas's strongest ever finish in Formula 1. Bearman and Haas maximized the chaos brilliantly. He ran in P3 for a substantial portion of the race, going wheel to wheel with championship frontrunners like Max Verstappen and holding off chasing Mercedes duo on merit. Crucially, with his teammate Esteban Ocon finishing P9, has secured a massive 14-point haul for one weekend. This moves the team up the constructors' table and puts them right back into the thick for the fight for P6, while giving the team a massive confidence boost for the races to come. Segment 5. The Aftermath. The title flip. Lando Norris's perfect 25 points haul flipped the entire championship. This race was not about damage limitation, it was about seizing control. The updated standings are the most explosive of the season. Lando Norris leads to the lead with 357 points. Oscar Piastri drops to P2 with 356 points, trailing his teammate by just 1 point after a 6-month championship reign. Max Verstappen gains to 321 points. He is now only 36 points off the lead. The T-Rex's target has officially shifted to a different papaya car. Crucially, the constructors' battle for second place is now a historic dogfight. Ferrari's P2-P8 finish propelled them past Mercedes. Ferrari leads with 356 points, edging Mercedes, who sits at 355 points, while Red Bull is a close fourth with 346 points. This absurdly close battle for the runners-up spot is a thriller headed for Brazil. The verdict. So, the 2025 Mexican Grand Prix, a flawless victory for Lando Norris and a day of reckoning for Oscar Piastri, and the championship lead has flipped. Norris showed the cold, calm assurance of a champion while Piastri crumbled under the extreme pressure. Verstappen is still close, but the psychological blow to the former leader is immense. The three-way title fight is real, intense and emotional. The road to Brazil just became the most decisive leg of the season. That's your Mexico breakdown on Undercut Unfiltered. Tell us in comments, is Lando the favorite now, or can Max dominate from Brazil on? Or will Piastri claw back? I am Abhay. See you next week. Same show, more chaos. Thank you.